Hey everybody. So for today's Dickinson Spoken Sundays, um, I I again have two poems. I think two is a good number sometimes when the poems are not too long or too short. And they the first one talks about um, a kind of coming of age, kind of poetry, and then also friendship, and then because it's also back to school for not just younger school age children, but up until university level students who are returning to school this fall. Um, and I hear some places, I think in the USA, already returned to school. Um, so um, and also in conjunction with thinking about illness and death more and more recently, because in my personal life, I've been affected with, um, in a kind of, I have to say, stop saying kind of, and I have to stop saying, but in a, I've been affected, in the sense that, so it goes, we cannot escape pain, suffering, illness in this physical world where bodies come and go. And time also, uh, in spite of it being an illusion of sorts, you hear about even indigenous shamanic cultures talk about time as a spiral and not as a linear progression. And so you really think about what is simultaneous and what is controllable and what is set in stone in a destiny fate sort of fashion. Um, we don't always know what we're in for, even though um, it is so that we have plans for the future. And if you've ever read about pre-birth planning, um, we also don't come in as blank slate in that sense. So time is also in the equation. So so all this why boiling down to just to really cherish the present moment is so important, and that is all we really have, because everything else is memory or anticipation. You could think of it, not just that our five physical senses are the only important things, but it is so that the present moment is uh, when you pragmatically investigate. It seems like the best answer is, yeah, this is what is right now, and it's what has ever been, almost, whatever you find yourself in. So just to make the most of that and not to um, build a story or a kind of build upon worry about what might happen, um, coming back to illness. And uh, I I was reading some blogs. I was reading some stories of um, uh, younger people uh, developing or having their lives curtailed, where you think uh, many times it should be one who is much older who should be experiencing some kind of chronic or very disastrous ailment, but it is such that age, uh, sometimes age is not always so definitively um, uh, kind of, it's not always a, um, what I mean to say is age is not always the deciding factor of whether one does have or doesn't have or can do or cannot do a certain thing, etc. So the first poem is, oh, and the second poem is just to a kind of is just to emphasize the present moment is the most important thing, and what we make um, personal and what we can cherish personally is what is most important to us. So, and what is most meaningful. We talked as girls do, fond and late. We speculated fair on every subject but the grave. Of ours, none affair. We handled destinies as cool as we disposers be, and God, a quiet party, to our authority, but fondest dwelt upon ourself, as we eventual be, when girls to women softly raised, we occupy degree. We parted with a contract to cherish and to write, but heaven made both impossible before another night. And the second one is, two butterflies went out at noon. Two butterflies went out at noon and waltzed upon a farm, then stepped straight through the firmament and rested on a beam, and then together bore away upon a shining sea, though never yet in any port their coming mentioned be, if spoken by the distant bird, if met in either sea, by frigate or by merchantmen, no notice was to me. And I really appreciate the whimsicalness of the second poem, and how kind of cute it is in a storybook-like fashion.